for this scheduled 12-rounder. We expect a high work rate among these two fighters. Now, do you want to see that same work rate throughout the whole fight? Or is that your expectation?
I'd love to, because we'd be having a good time and our fans.
Oh, and there you go. Diego Corrales is almost out of it there. He was stunned. And there's a clinch after clearly being damaged.
And a clinch that he needed very badly.
He took a shot, but he gives one of his own. A left hand scores. Teddy, he went from being on the edge of the cliff to now climbing back up the mountain.
Well, you know, that's where you'd want to know if a guy recovers fast. Obviously, he has the capacity to recover very quickly.
Oh! On the receiving end of a big and accurate hook that wasted no time. He fires off the combination there and it lands. He got hit right there, but he also gave one. Solid effort by Miguel Cotto. Boy, what guts. What guts to stay in there and gather yourself again after he was taking a beating.
Yeah, what guts, what instincts, and what a set of whiskers.
You can see he's trying to score up top, but off the mark there. Well, he's got the attitude, something's got to stick. He fires off the combination, and they both do. What a great job. He gave one right back in return. Nice work by Miguel Cotto. Keeps his hands up defensively, protecting the head. Cotto had his super fight in 2008 against Antonio Margarito, and unfortunately for him, suffering his first loss, and maybe he found out a little something about himself.
Well, one thing he found out was that you can't take every punch. No matter how good your chin is, there's somebody else out there that can dent it. Also, he moved up in weight.
And yet another jab lands. He clearly came in with a strategy here tonight, Teddy, and so many times, it's, hey, I'm going to bang that drum.
Yeah, he is banging that drum. That drum happens to be the body. And he figures that he's going to try to move on him, so start doing it early on, and later on, he's going to have a guy in front of him.
10 seconds to go in this round. Solid job. Double connects by Miguel Cotto. As we come to the end of the round, Joe and Teddy with you ringside. Teddy, that's one of those rounds where I wonder what were the judges looking for, because it's tough to kind of draw a line between those two fighters.
Yeah, very close, but one of those rounds where you could steal it. You did a little bit more in those last 30, 20 seconds. Maybe that's the impression the judges are left with.
Able to block that away. It was targeted for his head. And Corrales able to block that punch. Oh, that's good stuff. Firing right back with one of his own. Good work by Diego Corrales. Able to dismiss his opponent's shot, and then comes back with an uppercut. What about with Miguel Cotto that he gives his opponents the sense that he's not going anywhere at all?
Because he wants time. He's a guy that loves time because it serves him to his real forte, going to the body. And when you go to the body, it's like putting money in the bank. You want time to get interest.
He got hit. Oh, now the uppercut. Good block by Corrales. Oh, that's gotta hurt. Diego Corrales is in a bad place right now. He was tagged. plunge. Double shots both come in by Diego Corrales. Nice strike after catching one by Diego Corrales. Good counterpunch from Corrales. Right on the mark, both guys with the hook. Both men digging in with uppercuts. Chico able to land the counter punch. Final 10 seconds of round number 2. So the type of fight that Cotto likes to fight, unfortunately, produces this, swelling.
Yeah, when you take chances, when you like to walk in that front door, this can happen. But now he's got to leave it up to his corner to take care of it.
And round number 3 is underway. Cotto's corner is probably wondering what effect the last round's going to have as we start this round. Remember, he was stunned in that last round.
Yeah, he was stunned. He's got to behave like a pro, like a real fighter now. He's got to be able to have a short memory, put that aside, and go out there now and pick up the same way as he had in his mind when he came to this arena. That he's going to be the boss. He's going to be the one leaving here with a W.
There you go. Miguel Cotto's in a bad spot right now. He's been stunned. Diego Corrales is now pushing away a bit. He's creating some space. Diego Corrales has got a way of just getting away from that punch. And now they're trading blows. Hey, I thought he was going to be knocked out just moments ago, but he has survived this.
Well, he has a granite chin.
A lot of things that Miguel Cotto does very well. One of them, he's a good body puncher.
Oh, yes, he is. And that fits him perfectly because he likes...
Oh! Diego Corrales is in bad shape. There's the headshot, but he parries it away. That straight right, unable to connect. He was stunned and staggered moments ago. Now he's right back in the fight, looking pretty good.
Yeah, some guys take a little longer to recover. One of his strengths is he recovers real fast.
Chico able to land the counter punch. Diego Corrales' strategy has been to control things on the outside, and the jab fits perfectly into it.
Yeah, what it's done is it's set up his defense. He's kept his opponent defensive, kept him more balanced off stride, and it's also set up his power shots whenever he's wanted to.
He missed with that headshot. Both men accurate with their hooks against each other. Diego Corrales is doing a good job of putting his punches together. His opponent's got to be wondering, how do I stop this?
Well, right now, you made a good point there, because right now his opponent is wondering too much. You know, he's just busy blocking the punches, wondering about the combinations. He's not getting off.
Last 10 seconds of round number 3. And now another left. He returns the favor with a right hand of his own. So here we are at the end of the round. And this is the only chance these guys get to not throw at each other.
Yeah, this is a break. You know, a lot of times fighters find their own way of taking break during the fight, during the round. These guys really need this minute rest.
Takes one, gives one. The right hand scores well. Digs in with a good solid uppercut after taking a shot. And now he's acting like a fighter. coming back with the right hand after getting scored upon. You know, boxing is a global sport. I think sometimes in North America we lose touch of that, but boxing is such a global sport, and every little region of the country defines its fighters differently. There it is! Diego Corrales is in a bad spot right now. He's been stunned. Diego Corrales is showing you a little defensive skill there, able to move away from that punch. Big headshot puts him down.
One, two, three.
So Cotto goes down, and now he beats the ref's count. He's going to continue on.
He's answered the first part of the question that every fighter has answered. He has the heart to get up. Now is he smart enough to survive?
One minute to go in this round. Neither man has decided to slow down at all. Oh boy, what a round. Gets rid of that effort. Good defense upstairs to stay away from that offensive assault. Seconds to go in the fourth. Diego Corrales is able to avoid that punch. There's the headshot, but he parries it away. End of the round. A round in which a knockdown was scored. Now, Teddy, if you're the trainer in the corner of the guy scoring the knockdown, what are some of the things you want to remind him of?
You want to remind him how he got there, because a lot of times it's the tendency to just remember the punch that put him there. He dressed him up. He set that punch up. Don't think about just the punch that landed. Think about the setup punches.
There he is, landing a combo. What a great job. He gave one right back in return. Nice work by Miguel Cotto. Pulls the trigger fast. Miguel Cotto's out to show everybody that he's... Holy cow! Diego Corrales, what a precision body shot that was, and it scores the knockdown. Fight. Miguel Cotto's going to have his hand raised by way of KO. The 10 count reached, his opponent out. He's the victor. Miguel Cotto's your winner by knockout.
Everybody but his opponent is happy now. That was an entertaining fight.
For Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore. That does it ringside. We'll see you next time.